Yo, RX back with another video, and this is not a breakdown, and this is not a recap. This is the rare video, the one video a year that's neither. And I say that because this is now the 4th year I'm doing this, and that would be, I know you can read the title, but I'll say it anyway, the RX UFC Awards, this time for 2024. Yeah, I said I was gonna do this. I've done it for 4 years. I did forget about it for a minute. I was trying to post, I was hoping to get this out on Saturday, the fucking 28th, but I'm a fucking idiot who forgot about this completely because I've been caught up with so much other shit. But better late than never, right? And you know, maybe for my videos, maybe it's better if it's never, but besides the point. This is a nice chill video. No breaking down, no recapping. Don't gotta talk about much like bad fights, just gotta talk about the good shit that happened this year. And who can complain about that? I'm not. It's a nice, chill, quick little video. It's not going to be an hour. It's not going to be 40 minutes. It's a nice little thing. I'm just going to talk for however long it takes to go through these awards. And I hope you all enjoy. And there's no fucking wrong answer to most of these. So if you have whatever year fucking awards are, post them in the comments. I'm all ears and down to see whatever. Outside of that, I can't really think of much more to say. Yeah, just some idiot talking about the UFC's 2024. Guess let's get into it. Not really sure how to start this. I don't think I know how to start any video, let alone this one. I want to start with a basic topic, and that's just the fighter of the year. And, where is it? Here we go. We'll start with the most basic and important award, fighter of the year. As you see, you got male fighter of the year, female fighter of the year. Pierre, male fighter of the year. Noda, and all the Ilya fans. I get it. I get it. Ilya had an amazing year, beating up old washed Volk, knocking out Holloway. Cool. Pierre is what else could he do this year? Has one of the greatest years in MMA history. Saved 3 cards, 2 of them being 300 in International Fight Week. Had 3 knockouts. Defending the belt 3 times in main events that were some of the best main events of the year, pretty much. And how could you snub him a fighter of the year? Again, Ilya did amazing this year. Beat 2 legends, even if they are at the end of the road, besides the point, I guess. Which I find funny, people want to shit on Pierre's wins when, you know, whatever. Pierre is the fighter of the year. Ilya's great. Ilya is the 2nd best fighter in the world right now. He is so fucking good, it's silly. This is Pierre's fighter of the year. Is that simple? So, and I'm not saying Pierre's a better fighter. That's not what I'm saying. This is comparing who had a better year, and it's Alex Pereira. It's that simple. It's Alex Pereira. Don't get me wrong. It's close. It's maybe the tightest fighter of the year debate I've ever seen, because we've had last year was Sean Strickland, no doubt. The year before that was, who was it? I know Kamaru won it, I think in 2021. So fighter of the year has been pretty, Kevin Holland won it in 2020. So most of the time it's pretty solid. You know who the male fighter of the year is. In this case, it's a debate, but I still am leaning with Sean. But it could be Ilya's, but I think Pierre deserves it more. And then female fighter of the year, Kayla Harrison. Do I need to say anything? Who the fuck else would you give it to? Juliana Pena? Valentina Shevchenko? Fuck, I don't even know who else you could fucking put in that debate. They're no real female fighters did a lot this year. Jandy Roba. If you look at champions, Whaley never fought. Oh yeah, one time, no one remembers. Valentina cuddled with Grasso. And Pena, most people don't even think won that fight. So, what the fuck else are you gonna do? Who else are you gonna give this trophy to? So, yeah, 2 wins over 2 terrible fighters ain't impressive, but if you had to pick a female fighter of the year, who else would win it over Kayla Harrison? So, not really much more I can say on that. So, yeah, male and female fighter of the year, Alex Pereira and Kayla Harrison. Ilya, the runner-up. Simple. That's my take on that whole debate between these two. Next we'll go, what do I want to talk about next at EC? I have done all of these on the Tapology. Next we'll go with, we'll go card of the year. This is a lot less debating. Like, I think we will all agree, UFC 300 card of the year, no debate. After that, you had a couple, like, you had pay-per-view wise, I would say these might be a top 4, maybe 5 if you want to count 308. After that, you just got mid, and then trash. So, it's really 303, 299, 306, and 3, or 300, 299, 306, and 303. My bad. I guess that kind of goes to show how bad of a year it was for the UFC, which I'll talk about that at the end. But, like, there was pay-per-view wise, there was really no good cards outside of these 4 and maybe 308 if you want to be generous. Because, like, it's 298 mid, 305. Main card was good, prelims were 309, terrible. 301, a fight night, 310, terrible. 297, terrible. 307, terrible. 304, terrible. 302 is I say the worst card of the year. So 4, maybe 5 pay-per-views worth buying or watching in period. Fucking sad, man. But at least we had 300. So I can say that, but fuck, man, without 300, think about how bad this year would have been. So, bad year. Bad pay-per-view wise, bad year. Fight night wise, it was okay. The best fight night, I'd probably say Buckley Covington, but these two are very close behind it. Fight nights were alright. Like I can't recall any of them bad. Like maybe these were a little weak, but they were not terrible. Still better than most of the pay-per-views, which is sad, but it's true. And then if you look down at the Apex cards, yes, there are different things from fight nights. I don't care. Very few were good. These 2 were great. The rest were meh. Vegas 100 and January Lemos were top tier cards this year in general, let alone Apex wise. And then you just had kind of the same thing, a lot of mid, and then when you get down here, you just got garbage. Like, I can't even believe I watched all of these. Like, some of these were just dreadful. These are alright. Like, from, I'd say maybe around this area up, they were decent. So, yeah, bad year for cards. Again, like, how many times, like, the actually thing about this, how many times this year did you leave a card thinking, wow, that was actually good? I can say very few. So, like, especially in the moment, that felt like none outside of 300. So, it was just a tough year for cards, and knock on all the wood you have, we get better cards next year, because we fucking deserve it after this year. And again, I'll go into that more detail later, but God, some fucking garbage, man. Like 303 was alright. It should not be a top 4 card of the year, man. That should be like 6 or 7. 308 shouldn't be like number 9. It's not. It's annoying. It's really fucking annoying. See how bad these cards really were looking back. Like, they were bad live. Looking back, how did we fucking make it through this year? So, if you made it through this year and watched every card, you're a real fan, amen, brother. I don't know how we did it, but we did it. All respect. We got some shit. Hopefully we get better next year. Less Apex cards, please. Another category out the way. What do we do next? yeah, I'm just gonna go in order from if you can't tell, but I'm gonna keep acting like I don't know. Let's get to our fights of the year. This was tough. A, because I had to watch a lot of fights, and B, because there was not a lot of good fights this year. These are easily the top 3 in my opinion. I know, controversial. I know, I guess so. Huber Rebovix is like the consensus fight of the year, but I give it to Islam Poirier. Was it a perfect fight? No, but for what it was a fun fight, and it was fun. It's funny that Islam has had 2 back-to-back fight of the years, and neither are because of him at all. So, respect to Dustin and Volk for carrying him through some bangers. So, I guess you got that. I guess not all Russians are boring. No, they're boring when they win. if they have their way, they're gonna be boring. So, and we've seen that with Islam many times, probably in January. So. Yeah, and then number 2 and 3, though, Huber Rebovix, amazing fight. If that's your fight of the year, I get it. It was amazing. I still lean Islam Poirier, and then Oralby and Rumbecki, banger. I don't think that could be the fight of the year. Just it was good. But I feel like the fight of the year is between these 2. And you have Piera and Khalil. Number 4, that was a banger. I've seen a few people say that their fight of the year. I think he's pushing it a lot, but that's fun. And the rest of the top 5, Holloway and Gaethje, then heavily carried by the knockout. Kaio and Cannonier, banger. Hyder Emil and fucking Lee. If you missed that, go watch it. It's literally like 59 seconds. Alan Kurt, now we're getting to the fights where, yeah, it was not. You can just see my point about fights being weak. Alan Curtis, Jim Miller, Bobby Green, that was fun. Ortega Yair, which we'll talk about again later. The Hubert Prado, and then, yeah, we're getting to we're getting to decent fights, but nothing special. We had a lot of fight of the year. These 2 are unbiased, and I think you had to have this on here, but really the list ends here. I had to watch all of these, by the way, again, not fun, but yeah, fights of the year, it's pretty much these 4, and then these 3 are, well, fuck, even this ain't great. This is a decent fight, and this is fun. The rest, a lot of decent fights that are getting more praise than they should because the rest of the year sucked so bad. So, yeah. But yeah, that's my fight of the year. Again, if yours is Esteban and so Huber, I get it. That was a banger. I still think the decision. I don't think it was as much of a robbery as it was live, but still a little questionable, that decision. But yeah, excuse me. Yeah, I had to get one of those in there. So going to Islam Poirier, but you can go either one of these 2, and then I think these 2 are the clear 3 and 4. So there was not a lot of good fights, but the fights that were good this year were really good. So we can at least be thankful for that, which I'll take. You gotta take what you can get. Better than having no fights of the year. But fuck, we're not far off from getting that. You never know if the UFC next year we might not get a fight of the year. So, but yeah, Islam Poirier gets my fight of the year. Next we got the most fun part of the sport, knockout of the year. You already know what knockout of the year, the number 1 is, don't even need to talk about it. I'll just skip down to number 2. I know stupid people are gonna say, what the fuck are those number 2 and 3 females? Yeah, stupid people clearly either A, didn't watch these knockouts, or B, are just being stupid. Shi Ming's knockout, one of the holy shit moments of the year, maybe the most brutal knockout of the year. Literally put Fang in a goddamn cast, or not cast, but a fucking ambulance. The doctor, for fuck's sake, doing that. And then Dubin and Clark, maybe the greatest knockout in Contender Series history. At least the most shocking plus 800 underdog knockout in what, a minute? So, yeah. And Dubin just got her debut book, so I'm excited to see how she follows up her contender series after getting one of the best knockouts in the show's history. Maybe the best in its history, so crazy. And then the rest of the top 10, Piera's back to great knockouts. Pratis had to be in the top 10. All 4 of his knockouts are on this list, but he had to get in the top 10 at least once, and Leach was his best knockout. Oliveira and Sopai, that might even be a little low, to be honest. That was a banger. Cub and Billy, crazy KO. Good for Cub. Hope he does retire off that. Oh, Fraud Wang. Yeah, she had a great knockout, and then she got fraud checked, but her knockout was still great. Can't take that away from them. Blades and Almeida, maybe the most satisfying knockout of the year, so. Yeah, and they just scroll past, it's all, a few of these could easily be top 10s. Ilya, McKinney, Alishkarov, Kavanov, Michael Johnson, Jacoby, Salikov, Talbot. Then I would say the rest are not top 10 worthy, but still very good knockouts. Yes, I rewatched pretty much every one of these fucking knockouts. I don't know how, but yeah, even I got tired of knockouts after a while, so. Yeah, 90. Fucking 90. And then the funniest KO of the year, the boot. The tit punch. Gotta love it. But, yeah. If you want to pause and look at where I have a knockout placed, you happily can. We had a lot of knockouts this year. Campbell, which didn't feel like it. Especially with everyone saying, oh, you can't get knockouts in the new gloves. But it's just, do you have the power to get the knockouts? Not the fucking gloves' fault. You have no fucking power. Literally, the last card of the year had 3 knockouts. So, you're fucking, whoever came up with that idea is a fucking idiot. But, yeah, great year for knockouts. We had one of the greatest knockouts of all time. One of the most vicious knockouts of all time. Maybe the greatest knockout in Contender Series history. Piera making goddamn moments. It was a really good year for knockouts, so. Again, when you get a knockout you could call the greatest knockout of all time, you know you had a good year, so. Yeah, and I only need to talk about, I'm not going to say anything about Gaethje Holloway. If I need to explain why that's knockout of the year, you don't know what the fuck I don't know what to say. So, yeah. Great year for knockouts. Max, Shiming, Eubank, Piera, Prates, definitely I mention him and when I'm saying this. And everyone else. That's how you do it. Let's have more knockouts next year. More knockouts in general. And more great knockouts, ideally. So, great year for KOs. Max, take your knockout of the year trophy. You deserve it. And when do we build that statue? Because that should be a fucking statue. So, top KO ever. And the last Tapology ranking I have, I do have some other quick little side awards to hand out, but we'll finish with the Tapology rankings, and we end with one that's very controversial, and I don't care, I'm right, you're wrong. Robbery of the Year. Oh boy, this is definitely the most, is it more controversial than Piera Ilya? Maybe. That's a tough debate to fucking beat, but I think this is more fucking controversial, because stupid people will say, it's not a robbery. You know, it clearly is, we all agree, so, yeah. But my Robbery of the Year rankings, my top Robbery of the Year goes to Kantoja and Urseg. If you fucking just look on the verdict, Urseg won the middle rounds, and he probably even won the 5th. So, they completely fucking robbed Urseg because they were in shitty Brazil. Where they are biased as fucking when the judges are biased as fucking, the fans don't even care. So, fuck them. So, I hope they don't go back. They don't fucking deserve another card, especially if you're gonna do bullshit like this. So, Ursig got blatantly robbed. If that fight was in any other part of the world, America, Australia, Mexico, fucking anywhere, it's gonna be judged fairly, and Steve Ursig's the champion. But since it was in fucking Brazil, it was a bullshit hometown robbery, so fuck Kantoja, and fuck those judges, those biased ass judges. So, robbery. Then we got the rest of top 10, Aldo Batista, self-explanatory. Gon Volkov, that just happened. Renat and Liao, yeah, that was bad. That was kind of the same thing as Pantoja. Rodriguez and Bulgarian, that was dreadful. City and Armfield, the dude himself said he didn't win that fight. Hernandez and Turman, yeah, that was a bad one. Duffy and Piccinini, that was not great. Bennett Hart, that was bad. And Ricci and Pennington, that one's debatable. And the rest that I have on this list, you can take a look. Yeah, it was, most of these are very, like, the ones outside the top 10 are very fucking debatable. But, I think, like, I feel like from 9 to 1, they're all robberies. And everything else you can make a tiny debate, I guess. So, yeah, now I'm gonna waste a lot of time. Robberies of the year, it's fucking annoying. We gotta fix judging already. It's not that hard. Idiots every week on their fucking couch judge fights correctly. You're telling me 3 idiots in front of the goddamn cage can't? Come the fuck on. Robberies of the year. Pantoja, Usyk, Aldo Batista, Gon Volkov, top 3. I know a lot of people would probably give this to Gon Volkov, but I think that is a little bit recency bias. But all 3 of these were some of the worst robberies I've ever seen, so take that if you will. My pick for robbery of the year is Pantoja Usyk. The dude got robbed of the belt. I think it's a little fucking bigger than just a normal win, so. These are all bad robberies. You're looking at you all too, Renat. But my pick is Pantoja and Usyk. So, yeah, y'all can cry in the comments about that, or you can say I'm right, because I know I'm right. So, whichever one you want to do, don't bother me. If they're on this list, they were scored wrong. Simple as that. And then that's the end of the my Tapology rankings. But I still got a few more little categories to give out. I'll start with, let's see, let's go Rookie of the Year, and we'll start with that, and we'll start with the male Rookie of the Year, Carlos Prates. We talked about him earlier. Do I need to explain why he's male Rookie of the Year? 4 wins, 4 knockouts in the top 15, 4 bonuses. Rookie of the Year, like, hands down Rookie of the Year. So, like, what else does he have to do to be Rookie of the Year? And the weird thing, he's actually getting a lot of hate right now. Like, people are calling him, like, overhyped and shit. It's like, what the fuck do you want this guy to do? He's not gonna goddamn be fighting goddamn fucking Shavkat in a 3rd fight, so. And he's looked pretty much flawless. I don't care if he's not beating the top tier guys. I don't care if he can't grapple. He's exciting, and fuck grappling. So learn how to fight. Prates knows how to fight, and if you fight him, you're going to sleep. So Prates is great. Can't wait for his next fight to be booked. Rookie of the Year, male wise. Female Rookie of the Year. Yeah. Do I even need to say much? It's the same person that was female Fighter of the Year. Kayla. There's like, for if you thought female Fighter of the Year was tough to pick, try and find a female rookie. Who the fuck are you gonna pick? Fucking Shiming and Julia Pilarstri? It's clearly Kayla Harrison. So, Fighter of the Year and Rookie of the Year in the same year. It's impressive. Good for Kayla. Go win that belt and smash Juliana's fucking skull in. So, yeah. Outside of that, not much else to say about the rookies. Like, who could I give a shout out to? Gene Silva, who was great. Vinicius Oliveira, Lonnie Kavanaugh, fucking, goddamn, there were so many good rookies this year. Like, I'll say Shiming again, because she was great. So many great. Like, I have whole rankings up on my fucking Twitter. Like, I have a bigger, better rankings for all this shit on my Twitter, so if you want to go look at that, you can. That'll always be linked in the fucking description, my Twitter and all that, so, yeah. But, yeah, Rookie of the Years, Carlos Prates and Kayla Harrison. Pretty easy, not much to debate there. Done. After that, let's talk about... Well, I kind of skipped over this when I was talking about the big fucking rankings and awards, but let's just get this out of the way now. Submission of the Year, not gonna waste your time. How do you spell his name? There you go. Submission of the year, I'm giving it to Dreykus and fucking Izzy. I think that was shocking. I was not expecting Dreykus to get a submission or finish Izzy at all, so submission of the year, Izzy and Dreykus. But if you want to say it's Hamzat and Whitaker, I definitely understand that. It's 1A and 1B almost for those two, so yeah. Whitaker, Hamzat, Dreykus, Izzy, either one could be submission of the year. I'm leaning Dreykus and Izzy, but if you say Hamzat, that's fine. Quick, easy, not gonna waste a lot of time talking about submissions, because we want to see fighters fight, not roll on the fucking ground and cuddle, so yeah. Submission of the year, Dan. After that, let's talk about some comebacks, and we'll start with comeback fighter of the year. And I think that's no debate. It's Energy. Like, if you want to, like, I could think of a few people you can say. Let's see, Brian Ortega, Duho Choi, a couple names that you could drop. But if Energy ain't comeback fighter of the year, I don't know who is. 4-0 in 2024. Entered the year on a 3-fight losing streak. Would have been cut if he lost to Maxim, which was their UFC's plan. And then routed off 4 wins in 2024 against Azat, Hadley, Van, and Sumadarchi. If you want to say, oh, they're not that great of wins, sure, whatever, fuck off. Josh Johnson could easily be fighter of the year. Like, he's borderline, like, fighter of the year, but he's no doubt comeback fighter of the year. Like, the dude went from about to be cut at the end of 2023 to a fan favorite on a 4-fight winning streak in the top 15 in 2020 going into 2025. So good for Energy, man. I don't know how you can't like Charles Johnson. Good dude, good fighter. 1 or 2 more wins he could be fighting for a belt. How do you not like Energy? Comeback fighter of the year, Charles Energy Johnson. And then to flip off that from comeback fighter of the year to comeback in a fight this year, I'm going to give that to, and I just put this out today, so that this is fresh in my mind, Brian Ortega versus Yair Rodriguez. Yeah, it was a close debate. You can give this to obviously this fight. You could give this to fucking what else? What the fuck else did I put on that? What else could be comeback of the year? To keep bringing her up, but it's very valid. Shiming's knockout, that was a big comeback. JDM and Gilbert Burns, Bruno Silva and Cody Durden, Neil Magny and Mike Malott. You got a few options for comeback of the year, but I'm giving it to this. Like, Ortega injured himself before the fight, got his ass beat for a full round, and then came out in round 2 and dominated. Which is not shocking. It's Ortega, you expect him to get his ass handed to him, but he always finds a way to survive and win. Well, not always win, but he always finds a way to survive, and he did it again here. Fucking hurt leg, beat up in round 1, probably a 10-8, and then comes out in round 2, takes him down and beats him up. Round 3, submits him. That's comeback of the year. That's a Brian Ortega fight in a nutshell. So, hard not to like T-City. Excited to see him at lightweight in 2025. Maybe he pulls another rabbit out of his ass. But, for 2024, he wins comeback of the year in my opinion. So, there you go. What's next on these little just quickies to knock out away? I'll knock out the 2 more awards based on fights. We'll start with the worst main event of the year. Not gonna waste your time here. I'm not even gonna say their names. Worst main event of the year. Do I need to say it? Exactly. And then the most disappointing fight of the year. This is a lot of fights could take this award, but I'm gonna give it to this fight. Tuivasa and Jorginho Rosenstrike. This was fucking awful. Like, this is my most disappointing fight of the year. There's a few that could take it, like I said, fucking MVP Ian Gary, Grasso and Val 3. Those both should have been better, but like this easily takes, in my opinion. This fight should have been over in like under 2 minutes, and it went 15 boring minutes. Mainly because I blame Jorginho for fighting scared, but also Tuivasa is just a fucking joke. So, like, this fight on paper should have been awesome, a quick knockout, but it was fucking dreadful. So, knock on wood again. Hopefully, Jairzinho and Pavlovich in a few months is a little bit better. So, again, knock on wood. We can only pray. But yeah, you never know, do you? You never know. So, yeah, that's my most disappointing fight of the year, but I guess there's other options I could take it, so, yeah. After that, well, I think this might be the last one I could really think of, unless I'm forgetting something, but I'll go over some things in my head. But this, well, yeah, I get kind of a two-parter here, so let's get to that real quick. Poster of the year, not much to say. I'm giving the best poster of the year to 303. Even with the piss look to it, I think if this was better colored, like a black and red would look badass or something. If this looked better than piss, it would hands down be poster of the year. But it still wins in my opinion. Then the runner-up, I would say, is 298. This is a really good poster. They really like their gold. This is a good poster. Like, it's really close. If you want to say 298, fine. If you have another pick for poster of the year, let me know. But my two picks are 303 at number 1, 298 at number 2. What is the worst poster of the year? This thing that's not even a fucking poster. It's just the name of the card. So, yeah. Am I shocking you with this? No. So, I didn't even notice if you look down here, if you squint, it says Pierre Hill Zhang. That's cool. You could put those motherfuckers on the actual poster, or where we could even read it. But, you know, logic. 300, laziest poster of the year, worst poster of the year, yada, yada, yada. There you go. And, what else? Besides that, just some a few quick ones. Fraud of the year. I'm trying to remember who I said fraud of the year was. Oh yeah, the guy y'all fucking hyped up to be good when he's fucking terrible. Kai Asakura, he's my male fraud of the year. If you guys could look to Vitor Petrino, Shamil Gaziev, Tom Nolan, Mike Malott, etc., etc. But I'm giving this to Kai Asakura. This dude's a fucking joke. Like, you can't convince me otherwise. Fucking Renier de Ridder is better. And then female fraud of the year, I talked about earlier. Not gonna say much. Fraud Wang. You lost to Gabriela Fernandez as a minus whatever much favorite. She's the new Maria Agapova. Great striker, but she's not. She somehow finds a way to lose. So, yeah, my fraud of the year goes to Kai Asakura and Kong Wang. No, I think everyone will agree with Kong Wang. I know a lot of people will still defend Asakura. He fought Kantoja. Yeah, he fought the second worst champion in the UFC. If you even want to call him a champion, I don't. So, good job. You lost to a fucking tomato can. You're a fraud. So, yeah. Asakura, Kong Wang, fraud of the year. And besides that, is there any other really awards to give out? Tomorrow on Twitter, I'll tweet out my best and worst picks of the year, how I did on locks, some retirements. Just off the top of my head, you had fucking who did retire this year? Stipe. Who the fuck did retire this year? I'm blanking really badly. It's been a while since I recorded, but a lot of great retirements. I'll do on Tuesday. I'll put out a little tweet on that. But those are not really awards, those are just things that happened in the year, so, yeah. Oh, and then upset of the year, Kong Wang and Gabriela Fernandez, no duh. Outside of that, there's not very much else to say. The last point I really wanted to make was just talking about how the UFC was this year. And like I said, with the cards of the year, it was terrible. If we're being honest with ourselves, I love the UFC. I have a fucking channel about it. I made a breakdown and a recap for every fucking card this year. That's 42. 42 breakdowns and 42 recaps. Yes, I'm fucking insane. And I watched Contender Series all 10 weeks, and I watched the Road to UFC, and I watched The Ultimate Fighter. I watched every fucking fight this year. And if you want, I think I have all the right to say UFC was dreadful this year. Very little was good. The matchmaking's terrible. Thank God it looks like they're going in a little bit better direction for 2025 to an extent. 311 looks amazing. Yeah, Izzy and Imavov booked, which that's not amazing. Dern and Hebos to begin the year, that's shit. So, what else is booked for next year? Actually, I can look at that right now. Cause fuck it, I don't care. What is booked? Oh, I don't care about fucking Raisin. We talk about real fighting over here, not the minor leagues. We got Dern and Hebos, we got Makachev and Sarukian, that card's great, that's okay. Drakes and Strickland, they fucked that up so badly. Cannoneer and Robocop, weird. And that's about it. So, for right now, you got card in Mexico, you got card in the O2, you got 313. So, you got Royval and Manel Cop, which that'll be interesting. Who knows what else we got? Hope, knock on wood, can we get Jones and Aspinall already? Can we leave Conor McGregor in 2020, in fucking 2016? What the fuck? Like, can we leave the Apex in general? I know that's wishful thinking, but, like, this year was terrible. Like, it truly was. Like, and I know, you're just being negative. What good can you really pinpoint this year? Alex Pereira, Ilya Tapoya, Max Holloway. Contender Series is always good. Like what? Most Apex cards sucked. Most fight nights were meh. Pay-per-views were awful. It was a terrible year. The worst year I've watched in the 5 years I've been doing, like, watching everything. And I started in 2020. The fucking pandemic year was better. And then, like, 2021, 2022, 2023 even was better. This year was hard to get through. This year really tested you as an MMA fan, and again, I'll keep saying it, knock on wood, hopefully we get a better 2025, because we earned it, we deserve it. So, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the year a little more than I did, but I'm guessing you probably didn't, because it was a dreadful year to get through when it came to the MMA, so hope the UFC is better next year, but I doubt it. 311's great, I'll give them that. They really booked a great card with UFC 311, but God, that's about it. So, we'll see. Let's just pray we get some better UFC. Either way, good or bad, I'll be breaking them down and recapping every fucking card in 2025. So, starting what fucking day is that Dern card? Starting January. Let's see, 10th would be when January 10th. You'll hear me start the breakdowns and breakdown of the year, first one for that garbage. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to it either, but that's the next time you'll hear from me, January 10th, and then I'll recap that card the day after. So yeah, not really much else to say. The last big thing I want to say before I get out of here is I did this last year in the yearly awards. I want to do this again. Just want to say thank you for everything this year. If you watched one video, 2 videos, or every video, thank you. If you hated them, if you like them, why would you like them? But if you watched, if you liked, thank you. It means more than you will ever know. I know, I'm still a small, shitty channel, 71 subscribers, etc. Low quality garbage videos, garbage mic, not knowing how to fucking talk. But I do it for fun. I do it to hopefully, that's always been my passion. If I can make one person happy with my video, with a video I make, then that's a goal achieved. I want to try and be like the YouTubers I watched growing up, and if I can be fucking 3% of any of them, and make one person a little bit, so one person's day a little bit better because of these low quality, long ass, overdone, drawn out videos, I'll be happy. So, I hope you enjoyed my shitty videos this year. I enjoyed making every single one of them because it's just fun. I do it for fun, and I do it because hopefully I can make someone happy. I know most of y'all hate me in the anime community, but you know, I'm gonna keep vibing in 2025. You can't get rid of me that easily. So I always come back. So yeah, outside of that, man, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you had a good 2024, and let's head into 2025 with more breakdowns, recaps, and good vibes. So hope you enjoyed any video you watched of mine this year, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Hope you enjoyed UFC this year. Hope you enjoyed your Christmas. Hope you have a good New Year's. Hope you have a good day. Hope I made your day a little bit better, or worse. Hopefully not worse, but if you're watching this, it probably is worse. So yeah. Aside that, I hope you enjoyed the video. You'll hear from me January 10th, Friday, 1 p.m. EST, for the first breakdown of the year, UFC Vegas 101, Dern versus Heat Boss 2. Outside of that, man, hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs will be the goal by the end of 2025. I know I won't ever hit that, but I will always be a dream. 70, I don't know what we started the year at, but we made it to 71, which I'm very happy about. Thank you for that, and thank you for everything. Outside of that, you don't have to hear my ass for another about 2 weeks, so enjoy it. And as always, for the last time in 2024, I say, please like, comment, subscribe, and as always, RX out. See you in 2025. Good vibes only. And